Welcome, welcome dear students in one another session. Myself Darshana Sandeep Shinde from KK Wag Institute of Pharmacy Chandori Nashik. Today is our session on pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics and various parts, various properties of pharmacokinetics. Let's start our session. Learning outcomes of our today's session are: students should be able to understand the concept of pharmacokinetic, pharmacodynamics, process of absorption, process of distribution, process of metabolism and elimination. Let's discuss one by one. First of all, we see the what is meant by pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamics. The purpose of studying pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic is to understand the drug action, therapy, design, development and evaluation. What is meant by pharmacokinetic? Pharmacokinetic is the body does to the drug, like how the drug is absorbed, distributed, metabolized and excreted by the body, that is drug disposition is the pharmacokinetics. And pharmacodynamic, it what the drug does to the body, which may be the therapeutic effect. Pharmacodynamic and pharmacokinetic totally opposite processes of each other. In kinetic, body does to the drug, and in dynamic, drug does to the body. The both effect to understand the both effect, we have to understand what is meant by therapeutic index. Therapeutic index is nothing but therapeutic index indicate the relative margin of safety of a drug. A dose of a drug which produces a stated effect in 50% of individuals within the population. That means we have to take on some kind of population, some kind of people's group, and that much of in that group 50% of people get the effective dose and 50% people get the lethal dose, that is LD50. Therapeutic index can be calculated by LD50 upon ED50. A drug with the larger therapeutic index is safer than one with the smaller therapeutic index. Hence, the drug with the lesser therapeutic index should be administered very cautiously. That means we have to administer those drugs which have the more therapeutic index. This is the diagrammatic representation of pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic. We see one by one. First of all, when we take the drug dosage inside of our body, it undergoes the firstly absorption, then distributed in all over the body, and then it goes for the metabolism. After metabolism, it again distributed and lastly excreted throughout our body. This is the four properties of absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion of pharmacokinetic. Then next one is a pharmacodynamic. In a pharmacodynamic, there is a concentration at the site of action and its mechanism is involved, which we got from the distribution and vice versa, and from that site of action or mechanism we get the proper therapeutic effect, and from this therapeutic effect we have some side effect, or we maybe say that this side effect because of the site of concentration of drug available. After that, we see the what is meant by pharmacokinetics in detail. Refers to body does to the drug, or it is defined as the study of time course of the drug absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion. There are four pharmacokinetic properties are determined, that means absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion are determined: the speed of onset of drug action, intensity of drug effect, duration of drug action. Then when drug firstly goes inside our body, absorption, then it get distributed and then it get metabolized in our body and lastly excreted or eliminated throughout our body. Firstly, we see the what is meant by pharma absorption. Drug absorption from the site of the administration permit the entry of the therapeutic agent to the plasma. Then distribution, then the drug reversibly leaves the bloodstream and distributed into the intestinal and intracellular fluid. Then metabolism, then the drug by the biotransform by the metabolism in liver or other tissue where it goes metabolized. And last one is elimination. Finally, the drug and its metabolites are eliminated from the body in the urine, bile, and feces forms. Then this one is the diagrammatic representation. From this we see the how medicine enter in our body, how absorption, how will it take place in, after that distribution, in that where will it go, what are the transport system involved in that, then metabolism, how it will be broken in the liver or in the tissue, and finally drug is excreted throughout the body. Firstly, we see the absorption process in detail. It is the transfer of the drug from its site of administration to the bloodstream via one of the several mechanisms. The rate and efficiency of absorption depend upon the following factor. These are environment where the drug is absorbed, then drug chemical characteristics, and route of drug administration. These are main factors involved in the absorption. Then we see the mechanism of the absorption, by which mechanism absorption is happen in our body. Firstly, passive diffusion. In that, the driving force of a passive diffusion is the concentration gradient across the membrane separating the two body compartments. In that, water soluble drugs penetrate the cell membrane through the aqueous channels or pores. Through the aqueous channels they can entry water soluble drugs, and for the lipid soluble drugs they gain access to the cell across the biological membrane due to their solubility in the membrane lipid bilayer. Then next one mechanism is facilitated diffusion. In the facilitated diffusion, it can be facilitated with some kind of material, that is drug enters through the specialized transmembrane carrier protein that facilitate the passage of a large molecule. It requires a carrier molecule and can be saturated. This one is figure. Then next mechanism of absorption is active transport process. In active transport process also involve some kind of a material, that is protein. This mode of drug entry involves the specific carrier protein that span the membrane, and energy dependent active transport is driven by the hydrolysis of ATP. It is capable of moving the drug against the concentration gradient, that is from the low concentration to the high concentration. By this way, active transport can be carried out. And then next mechanism is pinocytosis. Pinocytosis is basically in the unicellular organisms like amoeba. It has two types, exocytosis and endocytosis. Then we see the factors affecting on the absorption. In that, first factor is effect of the pH on the drug. What effect of pH? The most drugs are either weak acids or the weak bases. Acid drugs rapidly absorb from the stomach. Example of its salicylates, barbiturates are easily absorbed from the stomach. On the contrast, basic drugs are absorbed from the intestine. The next factor is blood flow to the site of absorption. Because of the blood flow to the intestine is greater than that of the stomach, the drug from the intestines are more favored for the absorption. Then total surface area available for the absorption. If the surface area is greater, then absorption will be greater. With the reference reach in the brush border microvilli, in the intestine has a surface area of about 1000-fold of that is the stomach, absorption of the drug across the intestine. The next one factor is contact time at the absorption surface. In that, if the drug moves across the GI tract very quickly, as can be happen with the severe, is not well absorbed. And last one is the expression of the P-glycoprotein. In that, the P-glycoprotein is a multi-drug transporter protein responsible for the various molecules including the drug. These are the factors affecting on the absorption. Next one we see the distribution. In that distribution, the process of a drug reversibly leave a blood stream and enter the interstitium, that is extracellular fluid, and then cells of the tissue. And this can be happen by the three processes or three ways. The first one is a blood flow. In that, the rate of the blood flow to the different tissue capillaries varies widely as a result of the unequal distribution of the cardiac output to the various organs. The blood flow to the brain, liver, kidney is greater compared to that of the adipose tissue. Then next one mechanism of distribution is capillary permeability. In that, in the liver and the spleen, a large part of the basement membrane is exposed due to the discontinuous capillaries through which a plasma protein can pass. While in case of a brain, the capillary continues that constitutes the blood brain. So, to enter the brain, drug must be passed to the endothelial cells of the capillaries or be the actively transported. Lipid soluble drugs can be readily penetrate the CNS because they can dissolve in the membrane of the endothelial cells. Then third mechanism or third channel of distribution is binding of a drug to the plasma protein and tissue. It involves the two parts. First one is binding to the plasma protein. In that, reversible binding to the plasma protein sequesters drug into the non-diffusible form, slows their transfer out of the vascular compartment. Plasma albumin is a major drug binding, may act as a drug reservoir. And second one is binding to the tissue protein. In that, the numerous drugs accumulate in the tissue to the higher concentration of the drug in that of the ECF and the blood. Drug may be accumulate as a result of binding. Then next one mechanism, that is the metabolism. This is the somewhat diagrammatic representation of the metabolism. When in that metabolism, drug firstly entered to the stomach. In that the metabolism start in the liver or tissue, and finally when the metabolism is completed, drug is excreted throughout the feces. Then to understand the metabolism, we have to understand some phenomenon. In that, bioavailability is that of the drug to the reaches to the systemic circulation. It is important for the circulate the intravenous route of administration. And next phenomenon is bioequivalence. In the bioequivalence, these are the two related drug preparations are bioequivalent if they shows a comparable bioavailability and similar time to reach the peak blood concentrations. Then last method, that is, or last property, that is the elimination. We see the channels of excretion. In that first channel of excretion, that is the kidney. The most important route of elimination of the drug from the body, that is the kidney. It involves the three processes. Amongst them, first one is glomerular filtration, active tubular secretion, and passive reabsorption. Those three systems, our kidney get excreted the drug. Second one is lung. Lungs are related to the excretion of the various gaseous inhalants. The volatile general anesthetics are excreted by the lungs. Then the next one channel of excretion, that is intestine. The purgatives like cascara sagrada, senna are partly excreted in the intestine after the desired action on the large intestine. Example of its heavy metal. The next one channel of excretion is skin. The metabolites like arsenic and lead are eliminated by the skin in a minute quantities. The arsenic get deposited in the hair follicle. Then next one channel of distribution, saliva and milk. Antibiotics are deposited in the milk, and also drug like the morphine, thiouracil compounds and sulfonamides are excreted in the milk. And last channel of excretion, that is bile. In that, certain drugs like erythromycin, novobiocin are eliminated in the bile and reabsorbed again in the intestine. This prolongs the action of the drug by the enterohepatic circulation. This is all about the pharmacokinetics and its 4 properties. Thank you very much for listening me. If you have any queries, then send me. This is my mail address. Thank you very much.